Concealed within the remote heart of South America, the Pantanal unfurls across an immense territory, forming the largest tropical wetland on the planet. Its vastness is breathtaking, an intricate labyrinth of rivers, lagoons, and emerald islands, all interwoven in a living mosaic that pulses with life. Spanning the borders of Brazil, Bolivia, and Paraguay, the Pantanal covers more than 150,000 square kilometers. This sprawling wilderness is a sanctuary for biodiversity, its boundaries defined not by fences or roads, but by the ebb and flow of water itself. Each year, the onset of the rainy season triggers a breathtaking metamorphosis. Torrential rains pour down from distant thunderheads, swelling the mighty Paraguay and Cuiabá rivers. The plains vanish beneath a vast, glimmering expanse of water, transforming grasslands into a shimmering inland sea. The floodwaters surge and recede in a rhythmic cycle, orchestrating the lives of every creature. For the Pantanal's wildlife, this annual inundation is both a lifeline and a formidable test, demanding resilience and adaptability from all who call this place home. As the waters rise, new lagoons and channels emerge, teeming with life. Shoals of fish migrate into the flooded grasslands, drawing flocks of opportunistic birds and stealthy predators. The abundance of prey sparks a frenzy of activity as each species seizes its fleeting chance to thrive. The landscape bursts into vibrant colour. Aquatic plants flourish in the nutrient-rich waters, wildflowers unfurl in dazzling displays, and dense foliage casts intricate reflections across the mirrored surface. Every corner of the Pantanal is alive with growth and renewal. For land mammals, survival hinges on finding refuge atop rare islands of high ground. Capybaras, deer, and peccaries cluster together on these shrinking sanctuaries, their movements dictated by the relentless advance and retreat of the floodwaters. Ancient reptiles glide silently through the submerged forests, their armoured bodies perfectly adapted to this watery world. Jaguars, the apex predators of the Pantanal, move with stealth and power, stalking prey along the water's edge. Giant otters, highly social and intelligent, hunt in coordinated packs, their calls echoing across the flooded landscape. Here, every species is bound together in a delicate, ever-shifting balance. Along the sun-drenched riverbanks, caimans gather in astonishing numbers. Some bask motionless, absorbing the warmth, while others slip beneath the surface, their eyes and nostrils just above the water, ever watchful for the next opportunity to strike. Overhead, flocks of jabiru storks and herons trace elegant arcs across the sky. Their broad wings cast fleeting shadows on the glistening wetlands below as they search for fish and amphibians in the shallows. In this realm of giants, survival is a daily contest of strength, intelligence, and adaptability. Giant anteaters roam the open grasslands, their long snouts probing for ants and termites. Jaguars navigate the waterways with silent precision, while capybara families remain ever alert, their senses tuned to the slightest hint of danger. The Pantanal story is one of perpetual renewal and fierce competition. Here, the flood is not a disaster, but the heartbeat of a thriving ecosystem, a dynamic stage where every life is shaped by water and every season brings new challenges and opportunities. In this untouched wilderness, nature's drama unfolds in its purest form, revealing the extraordinary resilience and beauty of the world's greatest wetland. Beneath the mirrored surface of the Pantanal, a shadow glides with deliberate grace. Titan, the black Caiman, reigns as the undisputed sovereign of these ancient waters. His obsidian scales shimmer with a subtle iridescence, each plate a testament to eons of adaptation. The glint in his eye is not merely a reflection of sunlight, but a window into a mind honed by survival, patience, and predatory instinct. Titan's presence on the muddy riverbank is a vision from prehistory. His armoured hide, ridged and pitted, is a living fossil. Each scale a shield against rivals and the elements. The sheer mass of his body, coiled with muscle and sinew, hints at the raw power that lies dormant beneath his calm exterior. He is the apex hunter, a relic of the Mesozoic, perfectly sculpted by the relentless pressures of evolution. Titan's jaws are a marvel of natural engineering. When he opens them, rows of conical teeth glisten, each one designed to pierce, grip, and crush. With a bite force exceeding 3,000 pounds, he can shatter the armoured shells of river turtles and splinter the bones of capybaras. The violence of his attack is sudden, a blur of muscle, a snap that echoes across the water, and then silence as the prey disappears beneath the surface. The Pantanal's waterways are a living tapestry, woven with the bodies of countless caimans. Here, Titan is not alone. Every 20 metres, another armoured form claims its patch of riverbank, each caiman a sentinel in a vast interconnected network of territories. The air vibrates with the low rumble of territorial calls, a chorus that marks the boundaries of these ancient reptiles. As the wet season floods the grasslands, the world transforms. Titan glides through submerged meadows, his massive form nearly invisible beneath mats of floating hyacinth and tangled reeds. Only his nostrils and eyes betray his presence, breaking the surface in perfect stillness. He stalks the liminal zone where water meets land, a master of camouflage and patience, waiting for the careless movement of prey. Night descends, and the Pantanal becomes a realm of shadows. Titan's metabolism slows, his heartbeat dropping to a near imperceptible rhythm. Submerged in the cool, silty water, he becomes a statue, motionless, invisible, and utterly silent. The darkness is his ally, masking his approach as he waits for the faintest tremor, the subtle ripple that betrays the presence of a fish or an unwary mammal above. Titan's journey began as a vulnerable hatchling, no larger than a human forearm. In the shallows, he was surrounded by danger, herons and storks probing the mud for movement, predatory fish darting through the reeds. Each day was a test of instinct and agility, a relentless struggle to avoid becoming prey. Among his siblings, survival was a brutal contest. Juvenile caimans sparred in the shallows, jaws snapping in displays of dominance. The threat of cannibalism was ever present, larger caimans lurking, ready to seize any opportunity to thin the ranks of their kin. Only the most cunning and resilient would endure. The reeds became a sanctuary, a labyrinth of concealment for the young. Titan learned to slip through shadows, to freeze at the slightest hint of danger, and to vanish beneath the surface at the approach of a threat. Each narrow escape sharpened his senses, forging the survivor who would one day rule these waters. Now, as a giant, Titan's diet is a reflection of the Pantanal's abundance. He strikes with explosive speed, jaws snapping shut on fish that shimmer in the dappled light. At the water's edge, he waits in perfect stillness, a living trap for birds that stray too close. Each hunt is a display of precision, power, and patience. When larger prey approach, Titan's predatory mastery is unleashed. Capybaras, the world's largest rodents, are seized in a sudden eruption of water and muscle. With a vice-like grip, he drags them beneath the surface, the struggle brief and decisive. The Pantanal silence returns, broken only by the ripples that mark another successful hunt. Decades ago, the black caiman teetered on the edge of extinction, their numbers decimated by hunting and habitat loss. Today, the Pantanal's resilience is evident in the thriving populations that bask in the sun and glide through clear waters. The balance of predator and prey has been restored, a testament to the enduring strength of this ecosystem. As apex predators, black caimans like Titan are architects of the wetland's intricate food web. Their presence regulates populations of fish and mammals, preventing imbalances that could unravel the ecosystem. Every ripple they create shapes the destiny of countless species, from the smallest fish to the largest mammals. At dawn, Titan resumes his silent patrol. The first light glances off his armoured back as he glides through golden water, surveying a kingdom that has endured for millennia. In his measured movements and unwavering gaze, the legacy of ancient rulers lives on, vital, vigilant, and forever entwined with the fate of the Pantanal. In the labyrinth of rivers and flooded forests, caimans reign supreme in the water, silent, armoured, and ever watchful. Their ancient eyes break the surface, scanning for danger, while their bodies remain motionless, blending seamlessly with the muddy banks and tangled roots. But on land, the true sovereign is the jaguar, stealthy, powerful, and almost invisible in the dappled light of the Pantanal. Each step is measured, each movement calculated, as she navigates the dense undergrowth and shifting shadows. Among these apex predators, Cara stands apart. Her rare melanistic coat absorbs the shadows, turning her into a living phantom. She glides through the undergrowth, unseen by all but the most vigilant eyes. The darkness of her fur is not just camouflage. It is an evolutionary advantage, allowing her to hunt under the cover of night and during the dim hours of dawn and dusk. Jaguars possess the most formidable bite of any big cat, their jaws engineered to crush bone and pierce the armoured hides of their prey. Cara's bite is a weapon honed by generations of survival. Her powerful canines are capable of puncturing the skulls of caimans and capybaras alike, a testament to her evolutionary perfection as a predator. In the Pantanal, Cara has mastered a unique hunting technique. She stalks the riverbanks, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. With a single calculated leap, she ambushes caimans, targeting the back of the skull with surgical precision. Her timing is impeccable, her attack swift and decisive, leaving little chance for escape. Her patience is legendary. For days, sometimes weeks, Cara will track her quarry, studying their routines, learning their weaknesses. She blends seamlessly into the tall grass, her dark coat breaking up her outline in the shifting light. Every muscle is held in check, every breath measured, as she waits for the perfect opportunity. When the moment comes, she moves with explosive speed, her muscles coiled, her senses razor-sharp. She slips through the water without a ripple, launching herself at her prey in a blur of motion. The element of surprise is her greatest ally, and she uses it to devastating effect. Unlike most big cats, Pantanal jaguars are at home in the water. Cara swims with effortless power, using the rivers as highways through her vast territory, and hunting not just caimans, but capybaras, anacondas, and even giant river otters. Her webbed paws propel her silently, her eyes scanning for the slightest movement beneath the surface. After a successful hunt, Cara retreats to the shadows to rest, her keen eyes always alert for rivals, pumas, ocelots, and even other jaguars that might challenge her claim to this rich domain. She chooses secluded spots, hidden by dense foliage or high riverbanks, where she can recover and remain unseen. Her territory stretches for miles, marked by scent and silent patrols. She navigates flooded forests and open savannas, adapting to the ever-changing landscape with unmatched intelligence and resilience. Each patrol is a silent declaration of her dominance, a reminder to all who cross her path. Every encounter is a test of skill and nerve. Cara's presence sends ripples through the ecosystem. Capybaras freeze, caimans slip beneath the surface, and birds scatter at her approach. The balance between hunter and hunted is delicate, shifting with every heartbeat. Her movements influence the behavior of countless species, shaping the rhythm of life in the Pantanal. Cara's story is one of adaptation and mastery, a solitary force thriving in the world's largest wetland, where survival demands both power and subtlety. In the fading light, she moves on, a shadow among shadows, the undisputed queen of the Pantanal. Her legacy is written in the silent trails she leaves behind, and in the wary eyes of every creature that shares her domain. Gliding through the labyrinthine rivers of the Pantanal, the giant otter emerges as a masterful predator, its strength rooted not in sheer size, but in the unbreakable unity of its clan. Each dawn, the otters slip silently from their dens, their sleek bodies slicing through the water in perfect formation, alert to every ripple and shadow. At the heart of this family is Vera, the dominant female. Her vigilance is unwavering as she leads her kin through a maze of waterways, her senses finely tuned to the subtlest changes in current and scent. Vera's leadership is evident in every movement. She signals with a flick of her tail or a sharp bark, guiding the clan as they patrol their territory. These boundaries, stretching for kilometres, are fiercely defended. The otters mark their domain with musky scent from specialized glands, and their haunting vocalizations echo across the water, a clear warning to any intruder. Communication within the clan is a constant, intricate symphony. Vera's family employs a rich vocabulary of whistles, barks and chirps, each sound precisely modulated to convey urgency, reassurance or instruction. When danger is near, a sharp alarm call sends the group diving in unison. During hunts, a series of rapid chirps keeps the otters coordinated, their bodies weaving through submerged roots and tangled vegetation. Underwater, their synchronized movements and bursts of sound herd shoals of fish into tight clusters, setting the stage for a perfectly timed ambush. Every aspect of their anatomy is honed for aquatic life. Their dense, velvety fur traps air for insulation, while their muscular tails and webbed feet propel them with astonishing speed and agility. When threatened, the clan forms a defensive wall, bodies arched, heads raised, and mouths open in a display of strength. Their collective posturing, combined with a chorus of aggressive vocalizations, is often enough to deter even the boldest intruders. When danger escalates, the clan's unity becomes a formidable weapon. Even the powerful Caiman, a top predator of the Pantanal, is not immune to their tactics. The otters swarm as one, darting around the reptile, snapping and splashing to create confusion. Their relentless harassment forces the Caiman to retreat, especially when vulnerable pups are present. The clan's courage and coordination ensure that no threat goes unchallenged. Cooperation is the foundation of Vera's clan. Older siblings take on the role of guardians and teachers, helping to rear the youngest members. They share food, offering freshly caught fish to pups and juveniles, and demonstrate hunting techniques through playful chases and mock ambushes. Social grooming is a daily ritual, with otters meticulously cleaning each other's fur to maintain its insulating properties and reinforce social bonds. Playful wrestling and gentle nips further strengthen the ties that hold the clan together. In the protected embrace of the Pantanal, Vera's clan finds a rare sanctuary. Their dens, expertly dug into the riverbanks, provide shelter from predators and the elements. Here the otters rest in safety, emerging at first light to patrol their watery domain. The lush wetlands offer abundant prey and dense cover, allowing the clan to thrive in a world where survival is never guaranteed. The strength of their family ties is unmistakable. Huddled together, the otters share warmth and security, their bodies pressed close in a display of trust and affection. Playful interactions, chasing, tumbling and mock fighting are more than mere games. They are vital exercises that teach the young and reinforce the unity of the group. In a landscape dominated by giants, Vera's clan proves that intelligence, adaptability and cooperation can rival brute strength. Their ability to read the river's moods, exploit every opportunity, and respond instantly to threats allows them to flourish where others might falter. Each member's role is vital, and together they adapt to every challenge the wetland presents. These river wolves are living proof that intricate teamwork and unwavering family bonds can rival the brute force of any rival in the Pantanal. Their story is one of resilience, intelligence, and the extraordinary power of unity, a testament to the wild heart of the world's largest wetland. Beneath the shadowy surface of the Pantanal's labyrinthine waterways, the green anaconda glides with silent, deliberate purpose. Rya, a formidable 8-meter female, is the undisputed heavyweight of these wetlands, her immense body moving almost invisibly through the murky depths, a living legend among the reeds and currents. Her olive-green scales, mottled with black, blend seamlessly with tangled aquatic plants and shifting shadows. Each scale is a masterpiece of natural engineering, providing both protection and perfect camouflage. Specialized heat-sensing pits along her jaw allow her to detect the faintest warmth of passing prey, even in total darkness. Rya's mastery of camouflage and sensory perception makes her a phantom in these waters, unseen and all but undetectable to the untrained eye. She lies in wait, motionless, her muscular body coiled beneath floating vegetation. Sensitive to the slightest vibration, Rya can sense the approach of a capybara or caiman long before they see her. Her patience is legendary. Sometimes she will remain perfectly still for hours, conserving energy, waiting for the precise moment to strike. In a sudden burst, she erupts from the water, striking with astonishing speed and precision, her jaws locking onto her unsuspecting prey. Once she seizes her target, Rya's immense coils wrap around it with relentless force. Her constriction is a display of raw power, each breath of her prey squeezed away until resistance fades. The struggle is silent, save for the muffled thrashing beneath the water's surface. Only then does she begin the slow, methodical process of swallowing her meal whole, jaws unhinging to accommodate even the largest catch. Her flexible ligaments and expandable skin allow her to consume prey nearly as wide as herself. After such a feast, Rya becomes sluggish, her massive form heavy with her latest conquest. She retreats into the thick reeds and muddy shallows, seeking concealment as her body works to digest the enormous meal. For days she remains nearly motionless, her vulnerability at its peak. During this time, her metabolism slows dramatically, and she relies on her camouflage to avoid detection by opportunistic predators. In these moments of stillness, danger looms. Jaguars and caimans, ever watchful, patrol the wetlands. A motionless anaconda, bloated and slow, is an irresistible target for these powerful predators. Rya's greatest strength, her ability to overpower large prey, becomes her greatest risk when she is at her most defenseless. The Pantanal's apex predators are always alert to such opportunities. Her life is a cycle of extremes, explosive bursts of predatory energy followed by long periods of vulnerable recovery. Each phase is essential, shaping her role as both hunter and potential prey. The rhythm of her existence is dictated by the ebb and flow of opportunity and risk, a delicate balance that defines survival in the Pantanal. In the Pantanal, the balance of power is ever-shifting. Even Rya, a giant among snakes, must remain vigilant. A single misstep can turn the hunter into the hunted. The ever-present threat of predation ensures that even the most formidable creatures cannot afford complacency. Yet, Rya's presence shapes the ecosystem. As an apex predator, she controls populations of capybara, birds, and even caiman, maintaining the delicate balance of life in the wetland. Her patience and power ripple through the food web, influencing every creature that shares her domain. The health of the Pantanal depends on the silent, unseen work of predators like Rya. In this vast, unpredictable world, survival is never certain. For Rya, every movement, every hunt, and every moment of rest is a testament to the relentless struggle for life in the Pantanal. Her story is woven into the fabric of this wild place, a living embodiment of adaptation, resilience, and the eternal dance between predator and prey. The Pantanal's drama unfolds across a vast, shimmering expanse, where water and land merge in a ceaseless dance. Every sunrise reveals a living tapestry, woven from the daily struggles and triumphs of its extraordinary inhabitants. Here, survival is a constant negotiation, shaped by the relentless rhythms of flood and drought and the ever-shifting boundaries between land and water. The air is thick with the calls of birds, the rustle of reeds, and the distant splash of unseen swimmers. Capybaras, the world's largest rodents, graze in tight-knit herds along the riverbanks, their coarse fur glistening with morning dew. Their vigilance is constant. Every rustle in the reeds could signal a lurking jaguar or a silent anaconda. Ears twitch and noses lift, always alert. These rodents are not just prey. They are ecosystem engineers, shaping the landscape as they feed and move, creating pathways for smaller creatures and opening up new grazing grounds. Their droppings fertilize the soil, encouraging fresh growth for the next generation. When danger approaches, capybaras slip silently into the water, their webbed feet propelling them to safety beneath the surface. Only their nostrils and eyes break the waterline, scanning for threats. Their social bonds and aquatic agility are their greatest defences, yet their sheer numbers ensure that predators like jaguars and caimans never go hungry. The river becomes both sanctuary and hunting ground, a place where life and death are separated by a heartbeat. The maned wolf, tall and solitary, stalks the grasslands with a cautious grace. Its elongated limbs allow it to peer above the dense vegetation, scanning for both danger and opportunity. Each step is measured, its fiery coat flickering in the dappled sunlight. The wolf's keen senses detect the faintest movement, a scurrying rodent, a fluttering bird, or the distant scent of ripe fruit. Unlike the region's apex predators, the maned wolf's omnivorous appetite leads it to forage for fruit, insects, and small mammals. This dietary flexibility is a key adaptation, allowing it to thrive where others might falter when prey is scarce. It plucks wolf apples from the ground, crunches beetles beneath its teeth, and pounces on unsuspecting rodents. Each meal is a testament to its adaptability, a survival strategy honed by generations. In the waterways, giant otter families glide through the currents, their sleek bodies slicing through the water with effortless precision. Their coordinated hunts are a display of social intelligence, adults and juveniles working together to corral fish, communicating with a chorus of whistles and chirps. Their playful calls echo across the marsh, a stark contrast to the solitary patrols of the maned wolf. Each species carves out its own niche, minimizing competition and maintaining the delicate balance of the wetland. Otters mark their territory with scent, warning rivals to keep their distance, while the wolf's solitary path weaves through the tall grass, rarely crossing another's trail. Interactions here are subtle and complex. Herons shadow capybaras, snatching insects disturbed by their grazing, while caimans bask nearby, ever watchful for a moment of vulnerability. Toucans and parrots flit between branches, scattering seeds that will become tomorrow's forests. Armored armadillos dig for grubs beneath the soil, while marsh deer pick their way through flooded meadows, their hooves adapted to the soft, shifting ground. The Pantanal's diversity is its strength, with every adaptation and behavior finely tuned to the challenges of this dynamic environment. The interconnected waterways form a living web, where predator and prey are locked in a perpetual dance. Floodwaters reshape the landscape, forcing animals to adapt, migrate, or perish. Fish surge into newly flooded forests, pursued by hungry otters and stealthy caimans. Birds nest in the safety of floating islands, while snakes glide silently through the reeds. Each season brings new trials, scarcity, abundance, and the ever-present threat of predation. The wetland's pulse is measured in cycles of feast and famine, migration and return. In this flooded world, every creature, from the smallest insect to the apex jaguar, plays a vital role. Dragonflies skim the water's surface, their larvae feeding fish that in turn nourish otters and birds. Jaguars prowl the forest edge, their presence shaping the behavior of every animal beneath them. The Pantanal endures and flourishes through the intricate interplay of its inhabitants, each uniquely adapted to the challenges of life on the wetland stage. Here, the story of survival is written anew each day, in the tracks left in the mud, the ripples on the water, and the chorus of life that rises with the dawn. In the heart of the Pantanal, where endless grasslands ripple beneath a boundless sky, one of the wetland's most extraordinary inhabitants moves with quiet determination. This is Gara, the giant Anteater, a marvel of adaptation and a symbol of survival in this challenging environment. As dawn breaks, Gara emerges from the shelter of tall grasses. Her elongated snout sweeps methodically across the dew-soaked earth, every movement guided by an acute sense of smell. She can detect the faintest scent of ants and termites buried deep beneath the surface, a skill honed by generations of evolution. Her powerful forelimbs, tipped with scythe-like claws, are perfectly engineered for tearing open the hardened crusts of termite mounds and ant nests. With a single practiced swipe, Gara exposes a bustling colony. Her tongue, astonishingly long, thin, and coated in sticky saliva, lashes out up to 2 feet, darting in and out at lightning speed up to 150 times per minute. Each flick gathers hundreds of insects, and in just a few minutes she can consume thousands. This specialized feeding technique is essential, as her diet is almost exclusively composed of ants and termites, which are abundant but require patience and precision to harvest. After a successful meal, Gara seeks respite from the rising heat. She finds shade beneath low shrubs or the shadow of a tree, her movements slow and deliberate. Unlike many mammals of her size, Gara's metabolism is remarkably low, and her body temperature remains cool. This energy-saving adaptation is crucial for an animal whose food is low in calories and requires significant effort to obtain. Despite her gentle appearance, Gara is far from defenseless. Her claws, usually curled under to protect them as she walks, are formidable weapons, sharp, strong, and capable of inflicting serious injury. Even the Pantanal's top predators, such as jaguars, approach with caution. A single, well-aimed swipe from Gara can deter even the boldest hunter, making her one of the few animals in the region that predators think twice about attacking. When threatened, Gara rises onto her hind legs, balancing with the support of her muscular tail. She spreads her forelimbs wide in a dramatic defensive hug, displaying her claws as a clear warning. This posture is both a deterrent and a last line of defense, signaling to would-be attackers that she is not to be underestimated. Most predators, recognizing the risk, choose to retreat rather than engage. The standoff ends not with violence, but with a mutual respect for Gara's unique and formidable defenses. In the wilds of the Pantanal, such encounters are a testament to the balance between predator and prey. The Pantanal is a mosaic of life, where survival depends not only on strength or speed, but on the ability to carve out a specialized niche. Gara's unique adaptations, her specialized feeding, cautious movements, and powerful defenses allow her to thrive where others might struggle. In this vast and unpredictable wetland, adaptation takes many forms. Gara, the giant Anteater, stands as a living testament to the extraordinary strategies that enable life to flourish in the world's largest wetland. Each day, a new chapter in the ongoing story of survival. In the sprawling, maze-like waterways of the Pantanal, the boundaries between predator territories are fluid and ever-shifting. Here, the domains of apex hunters overlap in a tangled web, creating a landscape where chance encounters can erupt into sudden violent confrontations. The Pantanal is a living arena, its silence broken by the ripple of scales and the thunderous splash of jaws snapping shut. Titan the black Caiman, a master of stealth and patience, glides through the murky shallows. Nearby, Rya the Green Anaconda, her body heavy with a recent meal, basks in the warmth of the sun-dappled water. Their paths converge, drawn together by the unpredictable currents and the scent of vulnerability. In the Pantanal, even the most powerful are never truly safe. Titan's senses are razor-sharp. He detects the sluggish movements of Rya, her defences dulled by digestion. With a sudden, explosive burst, he lunges from the depths, jaws wide, teeth glinting in the filtered sunlight. The water erupts in a maelstrom of foam and scales as Titan clamps down, his bite force capable of shattering bone. Instinct takes over. He spins, unleashing the infamous death roll, a maneuver that can tear flesh and disorient even the most formidable opponent. But Rya is a Titan in her own right. Her body, a living cable of muscle, reacts with lightning speed. She coils around Titan, her grip tightening with every heartbeat. The two predators become locked in a primal struggle, each adapting to the other's tactics. Rya's constriction counters Titan's raw power, her muscles flexing in perfect rhythm with his thrashing. The water becomes a battleground, every movement a test of strength, endurance, and will. The river churns with violence. Titan's jaws snap and tear, seeking purchase, while Rya's coils constrict with relentless pressure. Each twist and turn sends shock waves through the water, scattering fish and sending smaller reptiles fleeing for cover. The struggle is not just a contest of brute force, but a display of evolutionary arms races, each predator's adaptations honed by countless generations of survival. Eventually, the violence gives way to a tense stillness. Titan and Rya, bodies entwined, are locked in a brutal stalemate. Neither can overpower the other. Their motionless forms beneath the surface are a living testament to the delicate balance of power that governs the Pantanal's food web. In this moment, the line between hunter and hunted vanishes, replaced by a mutual respect born of survival. Such encounters are woven into the fabric of Pantanal life. In these contested territories, every meeting between predators is a high-stakes gamble. The outcome of each battle reverberates through the ecosystem, influencing the movements of prey and the strategies of other hunters. Even the silent observers, capybaras, birds, and smaller reptiles, adjust their behavior, ever watchful for the ripple effects of these titanic clashes. Even the mightiest emerge from these battles changed. Titan, his scales scarred and jaw bruised, retreats to recover. Rya, her coils loosened and energy spent, floats motionless, exposed to the gaze of opportunistic rivals. Injuries and exhaustion leave both vulnerable, not just to each other, but to scavengers and smaller predators eager to exploit any weakness. The balance of power shifts with every wound, every moment of fatigue. Every confrontation is a crucible, forging new strategies and testing the limits of instinct. The eyes of each predator remain vigilant, scanning for threats and opportunities alike. In the Pantanal, adaptability is as vital as strength. Otters, capybaras, and even birds of prey watch from the shadows, their own survival dependent on reading the ever-changing cues of this predator-dominated world. In the flooded kingdom of the Pantanal, dominance is always temporary. Each day brings new challenges, new rivalries, and new opportunities for both triumph and defeat. No ruler remains unchallenged for long. Here, the struggle for supremacy is a never-ending cycle, shaping not only the fate of individuals, but the intricate tapestry of life that defines this extraordinary wetland. As dawn breaks over the Pantanal, a tapestry of water, grass and life unfurls beneath the rising sun. This vast wetland, shaped by ancient cycles of flood and drought, is a sanctuary where resilience and fragility coexist in delicate balance. Yet this balance is increasingly threatened, demanding urgent and innovative conservation efforts. Beneath its wild beauty, the Pantanal faces mounting threats. Forests recede, replaced by barren scars. Polluted waters snake through the marsh, carrying silent dangers. The natural rhythm of floods, once predictable, now falters, disrupted by distant changes upstream. Conservationists are working tirelessly to monitor water quality, restore degraded habitats, and advocate for sustainable land management that respects the wetland's natural cycles. The black caiman, once a shadow on the brink of disappearance, now glides through clear waters, a testament to nature's ability to recover when given space and time. Its resurgence is a beacon, illuminating the path of restoration, but the journey is never complete. Targeted protection of nesting sites and anti-poaching patrols have been instrumental in this recovery, demonstrating the effectiveness of focused, science-driven intervention. True conservation in the Pantanal means safeguarding not just the iconic, but the intricate web of life. Capybaras graze beside wary caiman, while flocks of birds sweep overhead, each species a vital thread in the living fabric of the wetland. Conservation programs now focus on maintaining this biodiversity, mapping critical habitats, and ensuring that corridors remain open for wildlife movement. Here, every creature's fate is entwined. The jaguar's silent prowl, the egret's watchful gaze, the capybara's gentle grazing, all depend on the health of the land and water. The loss of even the smallest link can unravel the whole. Conservationists employ camera traps and tracking technology to study these interactions, gathering data that informs adaptive management strategies and helps predict the impacts of environmental change. The Pantanal is a living laboratory where evolution's masterpieces, giant otters, hyacinth macaws, find refuge. Each rare species is a solution, honed by millennia, to the challenges of survival in a world of water and change. Conservation initiatives prioritize the protection of breeding sites and the restoration of native vegetation, ensuring these species have the resources they need to thrive. As the sun sets, shadows stretch across untouched marshes, reminding us of the Pantanal's vulnerability. Its future depends on the strength of natural boundaries, the resilience of its inhabitants, and the continuity of its ancient cycles. Conservationists are collaborating across borders, establishing protected areas and biosphere reserves that span the wetland's vast expanse, reinforcing the importance of transboundary cooperation. The river's seasonal dance, flooding, receding, nourishing, writes the story of survival. Solutions lie in protecting these rhythms, preserving floodplains, restoring native vegetation, and allowing the land to heal at its own pace. Scientific monitoring of hydrological cycles and the reintroduction of native plant species are vital steps in maintaining the Pantanal's ecological integrity. In the quiet of dawn, a jaguar treads softly along the water's edge. A caiman glides beneath the surface. Their continued presence is the measure of success, proof that the Pantanal endures when its wild heart is protected. Ongoing research and habitat restoration projects are essential to ensure these apex predators and their prey continue to thrive. Now, as the sun rises once more, the Pantanal's future hangs in the balance. By nurturing its cycles, defending its diversity, and honouring its ancient rulers, this kingdom of water and life can flourish for generations yet to come. The Pantanal stands as a testament to the power of dedicated conservation, where science, vigilance, and respect for nature converge to safeguard one of the world's last great wetlands. As dawn breaks, the mist drifts above the flooded plains, veiling the Pantanal in a soft, ethereal glow. Gradually the haze thins, unveiling a new caste of rulers, creatures whose domain is the boundless sky, whose presence is felt in every ripple and shadow below. Towering above the shimmering waters, the jabiru stork stands as a living sentinel. Its stark black and white plumage contrasts with the lush wetland, a solitary figure poised in the shallows, ever watchful. Each step is deliberate, its long legs barely disturbing the surface. The jabiru's massive bill, engineered for precision, hovers just above the water, ready to strike. Every movement is a study in patience and control. Its eyes, sharp and unblinking, scan for the faintest tremor, a darting fish, a ripple betraying hidden life. The jabiru's vision pierces the glare, attuned to the subtlest cues of the wetland's pulse. Suddenly, with a flash of motion, the stork's bill plunges beneath the surface. In a single fluid thrust, it seizes a wriggling fish, lifting it into the air with effortless strength. The hunt is swift, silent, and precise. Each catch is more than a meal. It is a vital exchange, recycling nutrients and sustaining the intricate web of life. The jabiru's presence ensures the balance of fish populations, its feeding woven into the wetland's endless cycle. Nearby, a sudden flash of cinnamon and black cuts through the air. The southern caracara arrives, its wings catching the morning light, its keen gaze sweeping the landscape for opportunity. Unlike the patient jabiru, the caracara is a creature of adaptability. It stalks the grass, alert to every movement, ready to seize whatever fortune offers, be it a fallen chick, a stranded fish, or the remains of another's hunt. With broad wings outstretched, the caracara glides low over the marsh, its flight both graceful and purposeful. From above, it surveys the mosaic of water and grass, searching for the slightest sign of life. A sudden leap, a frog springs from the reeds. In a blur, the caracara strikes, its beak closing around its prey with unerring accuracy. The hunt is opportunistic, a testament to the caracara's versatility. On drier ground, the caracara's talons pry open tough shells, revealing hidden morsels. Its powerful beak tears into carrion, ensuring that nothing is wasted. Every scrap is consumed, every remnant returned to the cycle. High above, smaller raptors circle in the warming air. The snail kite, with its slender hooked bill, specializes in extracting snails from their shells. Hawks soar with effortless grace, each species honed for a particular niche. Together, these aerial hunters form a living network. They regulate populations, clear away the remnants of life, and open space for renewal. Their interactions are subtle, a constant negotiation for survival and dominance. Each meal is a thread in the vast tapestry of the Pantanal. The act of feeding is both a necessity and a service, binding predator and prey in an endless dance of adaptation. The jabiru's vigilance keeps fish stocks healthy, preventing overpopulation. The caracara's resourcefulness cleanses the land, removing decay and disease. Each fulfills a role, their actions echoing through the ecosystem. Perched high or gliding low, these birds remain ever alert. Their senses are finely tuned, eyes sharp, reflexes honed by generations of survival. In silence, they watch, waiting for the next opportunity. As the sun climbs, wings carve patterns across the sky. Shadows flicker over the water, fleeting reminders of the hunters above. The air is alive with movement, each silhouette a story of pursuit and escape. On this immense wetland stage, the sky's silent hunters reign supreme. Their presence is essential, their roles irreplaceable. In the delicate balance between predator and prey, flight and pursuit, the Pantanal's vitality endures, renewed with every beat of a wing, every silent hunt, every life sustained. As dusk settles over the Pantanal, the landscape transforms into a realm of mystery and anticipation. The golden light fades, replaced by a deep indigo veil. As darkness envelops the wetlands, a new caste of hunters emerges, creatures whose senses are sharpened for the night. In the dense gallery forests, pairs of luminous eyes reflect the moonlight, betraying the presence of elusive predators. The ocelot, a master of stealth, glides through the undergrowth. Its movements are fluid and calculated, every muscle attuned to the rhythm of the night. Its fur, dappled with rosettes and stripes, provides perfect camouflage among the tangled vegetation, allowing it to vanish into the shadows with ease. Each step is silent, cushioned by padded paws that leave only the faintest imprint in the soft earth. The ocelot's approach is nearly undetectable, a ghost in the moonlit forest. Its ears, capable of swivelling independently, scan the darkness for the faintest rustle, a rodent scurrying through leaves, or the flutter of a night bird disturbed from its perch. With a low crouch and unwavering patience, the ocelot becomes nearly invisible, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. In a sudden burst of energy, it leaps, swift, precise, and deadly. The hunt ends in silence, the prey subdued before alarm can be raised. The ocelot's flexible body and acute senses make it a formidable predator under the cover of darkness. It navigates its territory by scent and memory, patrolling the same shadowed trails night after night, ensuring no intruder goes unnoticed. Above, the forest canopy stirs gently in the night breeze, branches swaying under the moon's pale glow. Perched in silence, the spectacled owl surveys its domain. Its keen eyes scan the darkness, searching for the slightest movement below. With broad wings adapted for near soundless flight, the owl glides effortlessly between branches, its passage marked only by a whisper of air. Its eyes, specialized for low light, pierce the gloom, detecting the faintest twitch of a rodent or insect on the forest floor. With a sudden calculated swoop, the owl descends. Talons extended, it seizes its prey with unerring accuracy, the hunt completed in a heartbeat. Its hooked beak and powerful grip dispatch prey swiftly, minimizing struggle and sound, ensuring the forest's silence remains unbroken. Nearby, a barn owl hovers in the darkness. Its heart-shaped face acts as a satellite dish, funneling even the faintest whispers of movement to its razor-sharp hearing. These silent flyers are the product of millennia of evolution, their hunting strategies refined to perfection. Each species occupies a unique niche, reducing competition and ensuring the balance of the nocturnal ecosystem. Across the wetlands, the night heron's call echoes over the water, while the crab-eating fox prowls the muddy banks. Each predator exploits its own set of skills, keen eyesight, acute hearing, or a sensitive nose, to locate prey in the darkness. Yet it is the ocelot and the owls that dominate the darkest hours, one with unmatched stealth and agility, the other with silence and extraordinary vision. Their presence ensures that the Pantanal's nocturnal world is as vibrant and dynamic as its sunlit counterpart, teeming with life and silent drama. As the moon arcs overhead and the chorus of frogs swells, the intricate cycle of life continues, uninterrupted by the fall of night. In the Pantanal, the night belongs to those who move unseen, predators weaving their stories in the shadows, sustaining the delicate balance of this extraordinary wetland, one silent hunt at a time. Beneath the shimmering surface of the Pantanal's labyrinthine waterways, a world of ceaseless motion and silent conflict thrives. Here, every ripple conceals a story of survival, and every shadow may be a hunter or the hunted. The aquatic food web is a living tapestry, woven from countless interactions, each thread vital to the ecosystem's balance. Ancient cycles dictate the rhythm of life. Countless species, each with unique adaptations, compete, cooperate and consume. Predator and prey are locked in a perpetual dance, their roles shifting with age, size and circumstance. The river's clarity reveals a mosaic of forms, darting tetras, wary pacu, and the ever-watchful eyes of lurking predators. A school of Dorado glides through the current, their golden scales refracting sunlight into dazzling flashes. These swift, muscular fish are perfectly engineered for pursuit, their bodies streamlined for speed and agility. The Dorado, aptly named the river tiger, is a relentless predator. Its keen senses detect the faintest vibrations, and its powerful jaws are lined with razor-sharp teeth, tools honed by evolution for the hunt. In a sudden burst, the Dorado accelerates, targeting smaller fish, pacu and tetra, herding them toward tangled roots. The chase is swift and merciless, ending in a flash of jaws and a cloud of scales. Each successful hunt fuels the Dorado's energy, but also shapes the population of its prey, maintaining the river's delicate equilibrium. On the riverbed, armoured catfish known as cascudo cling to rocks and submerged logs. Their bony plates shield them from many predators, while their specialised mouths rasp algae from hard surfaces, recycling nutrients and keeping the ecosystem in balance. Yet even these bottom-dwellers are not immune to peril. Their cryptic coloration and cautious movements are defences against the ever-present threat of predation. Concealed among dense aquatic plants, the pike cichlid waits in perfect stillness. Its mottled skin blends seamlessly with the vegetation, making it nearly invisible to both prey and rivals. With explosive speed, the cichlid lunges, engulfing an unwary catfish in a single, decisive strike. This ambush predator's success depends on patience, camouflage, and the element of surprise, a strategy mirrored by countless hunters in these waters. Floating mats of water hyacinth create shifting islands of shadow and light. Beneath their tangled roots, small fish and invertebrates find shelter, while predators patrol the edges, exploiting any lapse in vigilance. Just above the surface, the emerald eyes of a caiman break the waterline. These ancient reptiles are masters of stealth, their gaze fixed on the movements below. Juvenile caimans, not yet dominant, stalk the shallows in search of frogs and small fish. Their hunting skills are still developing, and each meal is hard-won. A young caiman lies in wait, motionless. Suddenly, a tree frog leaps across the water's surface, only to be snatched mid-air by powerful jaws. The amphibian's escape is cut short, a stark reminder of the river's unforgiving nature. Yet these young reptiles are themselves vulnerable. Larger caimans and predatory fish lurk nearby, ready to seize any opportunity. Survival demands constant vigilance and quick reflexes. In the murky channels, the electric eel glides with serpentine grace. Its elongated body moves silently, disturbing neither water nor prey. At first glance, the eel appears unremarkable. But beneath its skin, specialized cells generate powerful electric discharges, an invisible arsenal for hunting and defense. Small fish, drawn by the eel's subtle undulations, are suddenly immobilized by a jolt of electricity. The eel wastes no time, swallowing its stunned prey whole. This unique adaptation allows it to dominate its niche, preying on creatures that might otherwise escape. But even the electric eel is not invincible. Giant otters, with their keen senses and coordinated hunting, and massive catfish, ever hungry and opportunistic, patrol the same waters. Each predator must weigh risk against reward, for the hunter can quickly become the hunted. As dusk falls, the river transforms. Shadows lengthen, and the aquatic world shifts into a realm of nocturnal activity. New hunters emerge, and the food web's dynamics subtly change. Amphibians, like the horned frog, rise from their burrows at the water's edge. Their sensitive skin absorbs moisture from the humid air, priming them for a night of hunting. With lightning speed, a frog snaps up a passing minnow. This swift predation is vital, as amphibians must feed quickly before becoming prey themselves. Beneath the silt, the snakehead fish lies in ambush. Its flattened body and cryptic coloration render it nearly invisible, allowing it to strike at any creature that ventures too close, fish, amphibian, or even the unwary young of other predators. Every layer of the Pantanal's aquatic world is intricately connected. The actions of one species ripple outward, influencing countless others in a cascade of cause and effect. Predator and prey, hunter and hunted, each interaction shapes the fate of the next. The food web is dynamic, ever shifting with the seasons, water levels, and the fortunes of its inhabitants. Nutrients flow from algae to fish, from amphibians to reptiles, and back again. Decomposers break down organic matter, releasing vital elements that fuel new growth. This endless cycling sustains a vibrant, ever-changing community. As the first light of dawn pierces the water, a silver flash signals the renewal of the cycle. Fish leap at the surface, chasing insects and evading predators while the river stirs with anticipation. The food chain resets with the rising sun. Each link is tested anew. Some will thrive, others will fall, but all are essential to the river's vitality. In the Pantanal's waters, survival is a relentless contest of adaptation, timing, and instinct. Every creature, from the smallest algae to the mightiest Caiman, plays a role in this intricate web, a living testament to the resilience, diversity, and complexity of life beneath the surface. Hidden among the reeds and mirror-like pools of the Pantanal, a world of miniature predators reigns supreme. Here, beneath the tranquil surface, a complex web of life unfolds, one where insects wield astonishing power and precision. The drama of survival plays out on a scale measured in millimeters, where every movement is calculated and every encounter can mean life or death. Insects, with their remarkable adaptations, dominate this hidden arena. Their presence may be subtle, camouflaged against the lush tapestry of wetland foliage, but their influence is profound, shaping the fate of countless other species. The camera glides low over the water's surface, revealing a giant water bug, its broad, shield-like body glistening beneath the morning sun. This formidable hunter is an apex predator in miniature, perfectly adapted for aquatic ambush. With forelegs folded like daggers, the bug drifts just below the surface, motionless yet alert. Its compound eyes scan for the faintest ripple, ready to strike with explosive speed. Suddenly, a small fish ventures too close, unaware of the danger lurking beneath. In a blur, the water bug strikes, impaling its prey with needle-sharp limbs and injecting a potent, paralyzing enzyme. This chemical cocktail rapidly immobilizes the victim, beginning the process of external digestion. The fish is subdued in seconds, its insides liquefied and drawn out by the relentless predator. The water bug's feeding method is both efficient and ruthless, leaving little behind. This silent ambush is repeated countless times across the wetland, each act of predation subtly shaping the delicate balance of aquatic life. Insects like these are both hunters and regulators, maintaining equilibrium in the ecosystem. Above the water, another master hunter takes flight. The dragonfly, a marvel of aerial engineering, launches from the surface with effortless grace. Its iridescent wings shimmer in the sunlight, each beat a testament to evolutionary perfection. Dragonflies are among the most skilled flyers in the insect world, capable of hovering, darting, and even flying backward. With compound eyes that provide nearly 360-degree vision, the dragonfly scans for movement below. It spots a mosquito larva wriggling at the surface, a vulnerable target in a world of predators. Instantly, the dragonfly darts forward, its legs forming a basket to snatch the larva mid-air. The precision of this maneuver is the result of millions of years of predatory refinement. In a world where speed is survival, the dragonfly is unmatched, capturing prey with breathtaking agility. Its aerial acrobatics are not just a spectacle. They are a vital mechanism for controlling insect populations. These feats of predation ripple outward, feeding countless birds and amphibians. Insects are the linchpins of the Pantanal food web, transferring energy from the smallest organisms to larger predators. Beneath the surface, the dragonfly's story continues. Its nymph stage is a voracious aquatic hunter, equipped with a hinged jaw that can shoot out to seize prey in an instant. Concealed among submerged stems, the nymph launches its extendable mouth to snatch tadpoles and small fish with lightning speed. This predatory prowess ensures only the fittest survive to adulthood. Each successful strike reverberates through the ecosystem, influencing the survival of future generations of frogs and fish. The balance of life in the Pantanal is delicately maintained by these unseen hunters. Nearby, whirligig beetles spin across the water's surface in dizzying patterns. Their split eyes allow them to monitor both the world above and below, a unique adaptation for survival. These beetles are both hunters and scavengers, feeding on smaller insects and larvae. By recycling nutrients, they help keep the waters clear and the ecosystem healthy. As dusk settles over the wetland, the air vibrates with the buzz of predatory insects. Twilight is a time of heightened activity, as many species take advantage of the fading light to hunt. Water scorpions patrol the shallows, their slender bodies and raptorial legs perfectly designed for ambush. They wait patiently among aquatic plants, striking with precision when prey comes within reach. Each insect, from the stealthy waterbug to the agile dragonfly and the ever-vigilant beetle, plays a crucial role, regulating populations, cycling nutrients, and sustaining the intricate balance that defines the Pantanal. In this hidden realm of miniature mayhem, every movement matters. Each ripple on the water's surface tells a story of adaptation, competition, and survival. The insect predators of the Pantanal, though often overlooked, are the architects of this vibrant ecosystem, masters of adaptation and survival, ensuring the wetland's pulse endures for generations to come. The Pantanal inhales and exhales with the seasons, its vast mosaic of water and land shifting in a ceaseless cycle. Here, every predator is bound to the rhythm of flood and drought, compelled to adapt or perish as the landscape transforms beneath their feet and claws. In this immense wetland, survival is not a matter of brute force or speed alone. It is a test of ingenuity, flexibility, and the ability to read the subtle cues of a world in flux. As the rains arrive, the Pantanal swells. Rivers overflow, and the land dissolves into a shimmering labyrinth of water, floating grass islands and tangled roots. The boundaries between forest and river vanish, creating a new, unpredictable world. Prey animals, once clustered on dry ground, scatter in confusion as the rising water swallows their refuges. The familiar is lost, replaced by a watery expanse where danger can come from any direction. Titan, the black caiman, becomes a silent shadow beneath the flooded forest canopy. His senses are sharpened, attuned to the faintest tremor in the water, a single ripple betraying the presence of prey. With his territory now vast and borderless, Titan must patrol for hours, conserving precious energy. He strikes only when the odds are in his favour, each ambush a calculated risk in a world where the rules have changed overnight. His dark armoured scales melt into the shadowed water, rendering him nearly invisible. In this submerged realm, camouflage is his greatest ally, allowing him to vanish until the perfect moment to strike. Elsewhere, Cara the Jaguar faces a transformed domain. The forest floor she once prowled is now a network of channels and submerged trails, forcing her to rethink every step. Her prey, dispersed by the flood, are harder to find. The familiar scent trails are washed away, replaced by the swirling currents and the unpredictable movement of animals seeking higher ground. With powerful muscular limbs, Cara swims from one island to the next, her golden coat slick with water. She stalks capybara and caiman, both stranded by the flood, her approach silent and relentless. Patience becomes her deadliest weapon. She waits motionless at the water's edge, her eyes fixed on the shifting currents, timing her attack to the pulse of the flood. As the rains fade and the floodwaters retreat, the Pantanal is reborn once more. Muddy islands emerge and the land reclaims its shape, but the struggle for survival only intensifies. Giant otters, once rulers of endless waterways, now patrol shrinking pools. Their world contracts, and every patch of water becomes a fiercely defended territory. Fish, trapped in isolated lagoons, become concentrated and vulnerable. For predators, it is a time of opportunity, but also of fierce competition as resources dwindle. The otter's cooperative hunting becomes essential. Working as a team, they outmaneuver rivals, using coordinated tactics to corral and capture the last remaining fish. For Rya the Green Anaconda, the receding water brings both risk and reward. Exposed and vulnerable, she must find new ways to survive as her aquatic refuge disappears. She buries herself deep in the thick, cooling mud, entering a state of near torpor. Her body slows, conserving every drop of moisture and every ounce of energy until the rains return. Hidden and motionless, Rya waits out the drought. Her heartbeat slows, her hunger suppressed by sheer willpower, her survival dependent on patience and resilience. Above, birds of prey glide on rising thermals, their sharp eyes scanning the patchwork below for marooned rodents and exposed nests. Each flight is a calculated search for opportunity in a landscape stripped bare. As the grasslands dry, new hunting grounds are revealed. Predators explore these unfamiliar territories, adjusting their tactics to exploit the brief abundance before the next flood. Even the smallest hunters, wildcats, predatory birds, must adapt. They shift their hunting patterns, seeking out insects and amphibians that emerge in the damp, shaded undergrowth. Insect predators, once thriving in open water, now burrow into moist soil and tangled roots. Their life cycles are synchronized with the unpredictable dance of rain and drought, each generation a gamble against the elements. Across the Pantanal, every predator is a master of transformation. Each species, from the stealthy jaguar to the patient anaconda, rewrites its own rules to survive the shifting tides. Floods bring abundance and chaos, scattering prey and opening new opportunities. Droughts demand endurance, ingenuity, and the ability to make do with less. At every turn, these remarkable survivors invent new strategies. Ambushes in the shallows, teamwork in shrinking pools, patience in the mud, each adaptation a testament to their resilience. In this ever-shifting world, adaptation is the ultimate weapon. It is the secret to persistence, the reason life endures on the wild, unpredictable stage of the Pantanal. Beneath the tangled roots and shallow waters of the Pantanal, a hidden realm awakens at dusk. Here, where land and water blur, amphibian predators emerge, masters of the margins, blending stealth and strategy in equal measure. The iconic horned frog, known locally as the Pac-Man frog, lies in wait, half buried in the silty banks. Its mottled skin mirrors the mud and decaying leaves, a perfect disguise for the ultimate ambush. With explosive speed, it snatches unsuspecting prey. Insects, small fish, even fledgling birds that stray too close. Its jaws, wide and muscular, clamp down with surprising force, leaving little chance for escape. The frog's patience is legendary, sometimes waiting motionless for hours, a living trap in the twilight. Nearby, aquatic caecilians, serpentine amphibians rarely seen by day, slide silently through submerged tunnels. Blind but acutely sensitive, they hunt by touch and vibration, preying on worms, larvae, and even small crustaceans that wriggle among the roots. These elusive hunters are a vital part of the wetland food web, recycling nutrients and keeping populations in balance beneath the surface. Throughout the flooded grasslands, tree frogs and their kin prowl the night. Agile and alert, they scale reeds and branches in search of insects, spiders, and even smaller frogs. Some, like the fierce gladiator tree frog, defend their territory with loud calls and swift attacks, staking out prime hunting grounds above the water. Their sticky tongues strike with pinpoint accuracy, a blur in the moonlight as they capture moths and beetles drawn to the humid air. On the edge of shrinking pools, tiger salamanders and their aquatic larvae lurk. In these transient habitats, competition is fierce. The larvae, equipped with feathery gills and voracious appetites, hunt tadpoles and insect nymphs, growing rapidly before the waters vanish. As predators and prey alike, amphibians drive the pulse of life in these ephemeral worlds. The Pantanal's amphibian predators are sculpted by their surroundings, masters of camouflage, patience, and timing. Their silent hunts shape the balance between insect swarms and aquatic life, weaving an invisible thread through the ecosystem. In the hush of night and under the shimmer of dawn, these lords of the mire remind us that even the smallest hunters can wield outsized power in the wild theatre of survival. Beneath the rippling surface of the Pantanal's labyrinthine waterways, a silent arms race unfolds. Here, in the shifting mosaic of channels, lakes, and flooded forests, fish reign as formidable predators, each adapted to their own niche in the aquatic tapestry. The relentless piranha, often misunderstood, is more than a mindless swarm. In crystal-clear shallows, red-bellied piranhas patrol in loose schools, eyes glinting with perpetual alertness. Their razor-edged teeth and muscular jaws make quick work of wounded fish and fallen birds, but their attacks are measured, opportunistic, not indiscriminate. When the water recedes and prey becomes scarce, their feeding frenzies echo through the wetland, a spectacle of precision and power. In deeper pools, the mighty Dorado, nicknamed the river tiger, stalks in predatory silence. Its golden scales flash as it bursts from cover, ambushing smaller fish with explosive speed. The Dorado's streamlined body and keen eyesight make it a supreme chaser, capable of launching itself clear of the water in pursuit of prey. Each strike is a calculated gamble, a testament to the split-second decisions that define life and death in these waters. Meanwhile, the armoured catfish, such as the formidable jow, prowls the muddy depths. With sensory barbels fanning out from its broad head, the jow navigates by touch and taste, homing in on vibrations and chemical trails left by unsuspecting prey. It is a patient hunter, lying in wait beneath submerged logs, ready to engulf passing fish, crustaceans, and even the occasional waterfowl chick that ventures too close to the surface. Among floating mats of vegetation, the electric eel glides with deceptive grace. Its slender body conceals a living battery capable of unleashing bursts of electricity to stun fish and disorient amphibians. With a single convulsion, it immobilizes its quarry, swallowing it whole in the murky gloom. The eel's electrosensory prowess gives it an edge in the tangled underworld where vision fails, making it one of the Pantanal's most enigmatic predators. Tiny tetras and cunning knifefish prowl the margins, hunting insect larvae and fry with nimble precision. Some deploy mimicry and camouflage, blending into the dappled light to ambush their prey. Others, like the predatory characins, hunt in coordinated bursts, driving shoals of smaller fish into tight balls before darting in for the kill. Every fin, scale and tooth in this watery world serves a purpose. The fish predators of the Pantanal shape the rhythm of life below the surface, maintaining the intricate balance between abundance and scarcity. Their battles are mostly unseen, swift, silent and essential, woven into the very fabric of the wetland's survival. As currents shift and floodwaters rise and fall, these aquatic hunters adapt, innovate and endure. In the Pantanal, the drama of predation is not confined to land or sky. It pulses through every channel and pool, where the fins of fury rule with silent authority. Above the shimmering wetlands, a different kind of predator circles, one that waits for opportunity rather than chasing the hunt. The Pantanal's avian scavengers, from stately jaguars to keen-eyed caracaras, are masters of resourcefulness, transforming death into life for the entire ecosystem. As the sun climbs, black vultures gather atop skeletal branches, their glossy feathers absorbing the morning's warmth. With remarkable eyesight, they scan the meadows and riverbanks for the glint of scales or the telltale ripple that signals a recent kill. When a caiman's feast ends or a piranha's frenzy leaves, remains adrift. These winged custodians descend in orderly ranks, picking the bones clean with precision. Nothing is wasted. Every morsel is recycled back into the web of life. Nearby, the majestic jabiru stork stands sentinel in the shallows. Though it often hunts live prey, it is not above joining the scavengers' banquet. With a powerful bill, the jabiru probes for scraps, its towering form casting a long shadow over the water's edge. Even the secretive southern-crested caracara, often seen striding across open fields, seizes the chance to scavenge, using its hooked beak to tear into carcasses left behind by larger predators. These avian scavengers play a vital role. They accelerate decomposition, control disease, and ensure that no trace of fallen life lingers long. Their keen senses and communal gatherings create a living clean-up crew, rapidly dispersing nutrients back into the soil and water. By linking the fates of predator and prey, they preserve the Pantanal's delicate balance, guardians of a cycle where nothing is truly lost. In the Pantanal, the drama of survival extends beyond the hunt. Here, wings of opportunity soar on thermal currents, weaving the final threads in nature's tapestry. The avian scavengers remind us, in this wetland world, every ending feeds a new beginning. Beneath the towering reeds and tangled roots, a hidden world thrives, one ruled not by size, but by stealth and specialization. Here, in the Pantanal's undergrowth, micro-predators prowl the spiders, small reptiles, and other elusive hunters whose lives play out in miniature. A glistening orb-weaver spider waits motionless in the early morning dew, its web strung between two slender stalks. Every strand is a tripwire, sensitive to the faintest vibration. When an unwary dragonfly brushes the silk, the spider reacts with lightning speed, wrapping its prey in a silken shroud. Nearby, a bold jumping spider stalks along a leaf's edge, its 8 eyes scanning for the flicker of movement. With a precise leap, it ambushes a tiny beetle, injecting venom and securing its meal in seconds. On the sun-warmed soil, a dwarf gecko emerges from beneath a fallen log. With delicate toes, it scurries through the leaf litter, tongue flicking to taste the air. Its quarry, a colony of ants busy at work. The gecko's swift strike is almost invisible, snatching a worker before vanishing into the shadows. In the thickets, a slender whiptail lizard basks briefly, then dashes in pursuit of a fleeing grasshopper. Its speed and agility are matched only by its relentless hunger. Even beneath the water's surface, the drama continues. Tiny aquatic spiders create air bubbles among submerged stems, transforming them into underwater lairs. From these refugees, they ambush mosquito larvae and unwary tadpoles, adding another layer to the wetland's intricate food web. Every micro-predator, from the camouflaged crab spider perched on a blossom to the emerald-hued anole poised above a stream, plays a vital role. They keep insect populations in check, recycle nutrients, and provide food for larger predators. Their silent hunts, invisible to most, are essential threads in the Pantanal's vast ecological tapestry. In this sprawling wetland, survival is measured in moments and millimeters. The micro-predators, masters of patience and precision, remind us that even the smallest hunters can shape the fate of a giant ecosystem. As the Pantanal's seasons turn, the pulse of life accelerates and shifts. Water levels rise and fall with the rains, transforming the landscape from flooded labyrinths to sun-baked plains. With each transformation, the inhabitants of this wetland embark on epic journeys, migrations that redraw the front line between predator and prey. In the receding floodwaters, herds of capybaras and marsh deer gather on shrinking islands of green. Their movements are dictated by the search for fresh grazing, but each step draws the attention of watchful eyes. From the shadows, jaguars and caimans adjust their hunting grounds, tracking the shifting herds along new corridors etched by the retreating water. The air vibrates with anticipation, a silent contest of patience and strategy. Above, great flocks of jabiruus and spoonbills sweep across the sky, chasing the promise of receding pools teeming with fish. As the wetlands contract, aquatic prey find themselves crowded into ever smaller spaces, becoming easy targets for hungry storks and predatory fish alike. The balance of power tips with every change in the waterline. The dry season is a crucible. Streams dwindle to muddy ribbons, concentrating life and danger alike. Piranhas and giant otters patrol the remaining channels in a relentless competition for food. Along the muddy banks, anacondas lie in wait, capitalizing on the vulnerability of thirsty animals forced to the water's edge. But as the first storms of the wet season break, the Pantanal awakens anew. Floodwaters surge, dispersing animals across a revitalized landscape. Prey find safety in abundance and distance, while predators are challenged to adapt their tactics and expand their territories once again. The great migrations continue, an endless cycle of pursuit and escape. In the Pantanal, every season is a game of survival, shaped by movement and opportunity. Predator and prey are locked in a dance as old as the wetlands themselves, a living testament to adaptation, resilience, and the ever-changing rhythms of this wild heartland. Beneath the vast sky of the Pantanal, a new and unpredictable force begins to shape the fate of its predators. Climate change, silent, invisible yet relentless, threads its way through every corner of this wetland, redrawing the ancient rules of survival. Rainfall patterns shift. Once reliable floods arrive late or not at all, leaving the land parched and cracked. Pools that nourished caimans and giant otters shrink prematurely, stranding fish in shrinking puddles and forcing predators into unfamiliar and desperate competition. The mighty anaconda, once a master of flooded grasslands, now faces a patchwork of dry earth and scattered waterholes, its hunting grounds fragmented and uncertain. Heat waves pulse across the plains. The mercury climbs higher each year, testing the limits of endurance. Jaguars, supreme hunters of the forest edge, are driven to hunt in the open, where shade and cover have vanished. The marsh deer and capybara, once able to find refuge in the mosaic of water and grass, must now travel farther for dwindling resources, exposing themselves to greater risk with every step. As droughts grow longer and more intense, fires ignite, sometimes sparked by distant storms, sometimes by the sun itself. Smoke drifts over the wetlands, obscuring the keen eyes of raptors and dulling the scents that guide nocturnal hunters. Territories shift and overlap as animals flee the flames, igniting new conflicts and altering the delicate balance between predator and prey. But the changes are not only of scarcity. When rains finally come, they may arrive in violent torrents, overwhelming the land. Nests are swept away, burrows flood, and the young, those who would inherit the Pantanal, are lost to the waters. The cycles that once brought renewal now bring uncertainty. For every survivor, adaptation becomes a daily struggle. Above it all, the silent observers, the black caiman, the jaguar, the giant otter, move with increasing caution. Their world is no longer the one shaped by centuries of predictable rhythm. It is a landscape of extremes, where the old strategies falter and new ones must be forged. The Pantanal's predators are resilient, but as climate change accelerates, their greatest test has only just begun. In this unfolding story, the future of the Pantanal's hunters hangs in the balance, written not just by the rise and fall of the waters, but by the shifting tides of a changing world.